Yeah, this was my attempt to log into TestNet. So let's do that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. One thing, Birgitte, did you see the workaround for Cosmos to get hold of the GFX launcher?
There was something in the chat.
Yes, a one-liner, basically.
Yes.
So what you do is that you log in with X forwarding to Cosmos, and then you add this GFX menu interactive.
Okay, I will try.
So what will happen then is that there are some pop-up window which give you the different programs that you can reach. So maybe you can try it.
I will test it right now.
Hmm?
See, if nothing else, then people can at least see how it looks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, shall I?
No, it should.
Okay.
At least it's no longer lit up, and it seems to actually work, so it's good. I need to find the top person. Okay, that actually popped up fairly quickly. Can you see this interactive menu, launch menu now? Do you see it, or is it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, so you can see here through the application. So this is the same things that you can access through the GFX launcher. It just looks differently because otherwise you get a whole desktop or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can see you have things like MATLAB, and you have, I'm guessing it's under development. Yes, there is the VSCode.
Yes. And
And
if you click Python,
yeah, there probably will be Jupyter Lab, and there's also Spyder. So you can actually start all of them here. So I don't know, which one do you want me to try?
maybe you have a demo lower down. So if you just talk about things first, and then
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I will just put this here. But this is a workaround that works as long as your keyboard works. Then you can do SSH minus capital X, your username, and then if you have on Lunar, and then you can start the GFX launcher with the GFX menu minus minus interact. Okay, and then
it's in the
this.
chat as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is actually surprisingly fast, because I had expected it to be slower, but it probably has a dedicated port or whatever for it. So anyway, the GFX launcher or desktop on demand, including IDEs. So as mentioned earlier, there are ways to do interactive work from the command line, and there's also ways to do it in a graphical interface through GFX launcher in ThinLink or through this OpenOnDemand portals. And those are the ones we will look at now. And unfortunately, ThinLink is not yet working. But when it is, you can do this on Tetralit and on, let's see, Dardel and Cosmos both have GFX launcher from inside of ThinLink, and Alvis and Kebnekaise has it from inside a portal. And they basically do the same thing. It's just a little bit different how they started up. And yeah, this is what I mentioned here. And the advantage with this is that you actually get something like a Jupyter notebook or MATLAB or VSCode or something that is running directly on the compute nodes, and you ask for it directly by clicking and writing a few things instead of starting it from the command line. So it's in general easier. There is, though, the thing that many of them only allow you 12 hours of allocation at a time. I'm not sure that is the case on Cosmos, but I believe it is on all the others. And there is also a limit to how many cores you can get and things like this. But for development work, it's much easier because you get a response immediately in it, and you can work in it just like you do on your own machine. So it's definitely recommended if you're doing development work. And so this is not completely true, since Cosmos did have access to SSH. And there are different things available. You can see which ones are available here. It's not the same on all of them. On Alvis and Kebnekaise, there are fewer things available, but it's available directly through this portal. Spyder is only available in Cosmos. And you can also do custom conda environments there. Jupyter is available in all of them. And the VSCode is available in all but Dardel, I believe. Yes, that's what it says here. And I have some screenshots here from a little while ago when it worked. So in general, what you do on Cosmos and Dardel is you log in to Cosmos or Dardel with the thin-link client, and the address was in I believe Björn's example from starting from the command line. Otherwise, it is also listed on the first page we have about the clusters. So there is the thin-link client server. You give that, and then you start it up. And I don't think it's going to work now, but I can try and start it one more time. I have it over on the other. It's still not on. Okay, but inside of it, you have a menu that looks like this when you click applications. And it looks sort of similar here. You have the same things. And yeah, in PDC, it's prefaced with PDC. And other than that, it's the same things. But it's only Jupyter that is available there. On Kebnekaise and on Alvis, there are availability through the portal. And since those are working, I'm going to simply start one of those and show you how it looks there. And you can see this is an example of a portal. And what you do here, that you log in through Super or with your password and user account, which you do at Kebnekaise. This looks like this here. But let's try the Alvis one. I don't think it's going to want this, but let's see. It wants to authenticate through Super. So let's do that. So you log in whatever way you usually log in on Super, and then you use I have two-factor authentication turned on, so that's why. See, I prove my identity to C2ESE. And when I have done that, it looks like this. So this is a portal, and it shows you a little bit about how it's how much is being used on the system, how many of the different types of GPUs are idle, how many are being used, and things like this. It's quite nice. And then you have some apps here you can start. These pinned apps are about the same as the ones you will see under interactive apps. So you can pick them either here or here. So you have things like RStudio, MATLAB, VSCode, Jupyter. So there is no Spyder here either, but Jupyter and VSCode you can start directly. So let's try, for instance, click Jupyter. So you will pick the account you have here, and this is the valid account we're using here right now. How many hours? It can go from 1 to 12 hours. And then you pick a resource. For instance, say you want 2 T4 GPUs. And if you have a runtime environment, you can create some yourself. What this means is that it can use specific modules that you want to load. And in this path here, apps portal Jupyter, there are some examples for how you can create custom environments. It's simply a short file where you list the modules you need. If you haven't created one yourself, just use one of the ones available. And I'm just going to leave it at this one here that has TensorFlow and PyTorch. Then you can pick a working directory and you can select the path. And let's say I want to use the path that I have here for this course project, and then I go into my directory here. So I select this path. If you want, you can let it tell you when it starts. It usually doesn't take that long, so let's just launch it. And it looks like this here. And it now sits in the queue. It's the same thing that you could see if you are logged in to Alvis. Let's see, I am here. So you could say SQ minus me, and then you can see that my job is sitting in a queue here. It's this job here. So as you can see, it's simply a batch job that starts an interactive job. And it's still sitting in the queue, and now it's starting. And you can see here, it's now running. It is starting, it's just setting up things right now. And it also tells me what it was I got here. I got 1 node and 8 cores, and I have 2 GPUs. I can look at job statistics if I want. There's not going to be any because I just started it. But it uses Grafana to show you how this looks here, and something will begin to happen here when you start working. So you connect to Jupyter, and then you start a Jupyter lab, like this. So now you can work in it just like a regular Jupyter lab. If you instead wanted to start the VSCode, you pick the VSCode. Again, pick the account, hours, resource, GPUs, and if you have a specific runtime. If you don't, just use the ones available. It will start in home as a default, or you can select a path. You can also use this here to see the paths in and work with your file tree. But let's now launch this VSCode. And if you don't want to work with this anymore, then you can simply delete it, and then it doesn't use more of the allocation. You can see not much has happened here. I haven't done anything with my Jupyter. So I'm just going to delete it so I don't use resources. Meanwhile, VSCode is running, waiting to run. I can take a look here what's happening. You can see the other job has been completed. And now this one is running the new one here. So it's starting. Connect to VSCode. And now I have what I would otherwise have in here. VSCode, I can choose different themes and things like this. And HPC2N, this is the exact same thing. But here you log in with username and password. Interactive jobs, file system you can play with, just as on the other one. You can upload, download things, but not. There's no reason to upload and download lots of things here. But you can go to interactive apps. You can take a desktop. You could have done that also on Alvis. Let's try just do that here. What you get then is simply a desktop as if you were on your own machine. You are now sitting on those compute cores. And whatever you do there, you work as if you're on those compute nodes, which means that you are not going to use the login node. You're actually going to run it in on that compute node here. You can see you have a compute node. And again, you can start Jupyter Notebook, you can start a VSCode. It's not going to look hugely different to what it does on Alvis. There's only difference in how this is set up. There's only one choice here. Again, you can have runtime environments and stuff. You can start Jupyter, you can start VSCode. There's also no Spyder on this one. So, since we don't have any other GFX launcher running, let's just use this interactive instead. And then let's try and start them up here. We take them one at a time. In development, we have the Visual Studio Code. And I will just pick one of them here and launch it. And then I, just like I did before, I have to pick how long do I want it to run? What resources do I want? My project. And then I pick start. I could also have changed things here, but now it will start. And this part here will look the same when you're running it through the thin link. It will pop up a window just like this here. It's slightly slow because of the way we are running it. Okay, it's actually fairly slow. But eventually there will be a VSCode here. I'm going to stop it and then show you Spyder instead. So here you had Jupyter Lab, again, same. You can choose CPUs or GPUs to start it on. But let's try and start the Spyder. And you get, again, to choose here how much. Let's try and take an hour this time. And you can change how many tasks and things you want here. I'm just going to keep what it has here. Project. This is a compute project that for those who are in the course project on Luna. So let's try and see if there's anything with more. This is just showing you what it does to start it. And here it also shows you how this batch script that it's secretly running is actually looking. Because as you could see on Alvis, there's actually a batch job running behind it, serving you an interactive job on a compute node. So let's try start it. And I suspect it's going to be somewhat slow. It's starting Spyder, unfortunately, on my other screen, but now it's available. So you can see here you can work with Spyder. Okay, so that should be how to start it up. How to use the GFX launcher on the thin link, which is not available right now, or how to use the portals and how to start the IDEs within those. Does anyone have any questions or anything that is confusing? I'm currently testing if thin link is up.
It was not on Tetralit, at least.
Yeah, that's the one I'm testing right now.
Yeah, instead thin link hangs, so it stays there forever.
Okay.
Connected.
Okay, so not yet, but if you are on either Alvis, Kebnekaise, or Cosmos, you can use this here. So there are options for those three.
Yeah. And we don't know about Arrhenius yet, but it would be nice to have some graphical tool there as well. So we are crossing fingers.
We will probably, the only answer I got when I asked was there will be something, but we haven't chosen what yet. And I don't know if I should test it on Dardel. I guess I could do that. I just need to check what it is called there. I just need the first one. I need the login info for Tetralit, for Dardel's symbol. Which is here. I'm guessing I'm finding it. Done.
Yes.
See. HPC. Oh, no. It's not going to do this. I'm using.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit. It works well when it works.
Yes. No, I just needed to remember that I'm actually using a private public key instead. Nope, no thin link.
Oh.
So, okay, but in any case, you log into thin link with this here. And then you basically get a desktop that runs mate or XFCE. So it looks like a regular Linux desktop. And then in the corner, you can start the GFX launcher. And it looks this way here, applications, and you click it and you get things like this. And then you start it in the same way as I showed here with interactive. So I think it will be fun. Okay, I am going to stop sharing.